And as part of strategic effort to deepen public understanding of ongoing terrorism and counter-terrorism operations, the Nigerian Air Force, the NAF, has already conducted a media familiarization visit to the air component of Operation Hadinkai in the Northeast Theater. The media delegation, led by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehime Jodame, comprised defense correspondents from various media organizations who were provided first-hand insight into the planning and execution of air operations, reaffirming NAF's commitment to openness, accountability, and effective strategic communication. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, while reaffirming the commitment of the force to sustain air power, emphasized that transparency and credible communication are essential to sustaining public trust and ensuring balanced reporting of the sacrifices and achievements of military personnel.
Experiencing the realities, challenges, and unwavering commitment of personnel serving in the theater of Operation Hadinkai in the Northeast is the focus of this media tour organized by the Nigerian Air Force.
Operation Hadinkai Maiduguri. Not ready for inspection, sir.
The tour begins with the inspection of a guard of honor by the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force.
Left, right, left, right, left.
During the engagement, the Air Component Commander, Operation Hadinkai, provides a vital brief on ongoing air operations as he underscores the importance of accurate and responsible reporting in enhancing public confidence and countering misinformation.
The air component has consistently provided intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, precision airstrikes, air interdiction, close air support to the ground forces, armed reconnaissance, air mobility, casualty evacuation, logistics support, and other critical resources that have significantly degraded the operational capabilities of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorist elements.
After the address, fighter pilots prepare for an operation. The pilots share their experience as they reaffirm their commitment to the fight against insurgency.
What you see today is what has been happening in Maiduguri. And this is what we do as soldiers, because we have taken an oath to make sure that the people of Nigeria will see peace.
The MI-171 has contributed a lot to the insurgency, a lot by taking various missions, notably amongst air interdiction missions, troop rotation and logistic resupply deep into enemy territory.
The initiative aligns with the Chief of Air Staff's command philosophy of building a highly motivated, professional and mission-ready force capable of delivering decisive air power effects in synergy with surface forces for the realization of national security objectives, while reinforcing public trust and support for ongoing military operations.
The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Kelvin Aneke, has directed that in addition to fulfilling this, our constitutional role is also our responsibility to communicate with Nigerians about what we do. So you get to, it's part of our own responsibility of showing our degree of accountability and transparency.
With the exceptional professionalism, discipline and sacrifice of personnel working tirelessly round the clock to protect citizens while operating in close synergy with the Nigerian Army and other security agencies to restore peace and stability in the region, the Nigerian Air Force restates its commitment as a willing, able and ready force determined to sustain the fight against insurgency.
And staying with security matters, residents of Kayama local government area of Kwara State have staged a peaceful protest demanding the release of 176 residents of Woro community who have remained in captivity for nearly 6 months. The protesters, who turned out in large numbers, expressed dissatisfaction over what they describe as a prolonged silence and effort to secure the release of the victims.
It's been over 170 days since 75 people were killed by bandits in Woro community in Kayama local government of Kwara State, even as the marauders abducted 176 of them, who are mainly women and children. A situation that has drawn the attention of Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak.
It's devastating. The soul of the departed rest in peace. We can see issues of ideology, religious ideology. The citizens here resisting the sort of ideology that is alien to them. 75 have been buried, and we're short of words.
Residents of both Woro and Kayama communities seem not happy with the incident, expressing anger over what they termed as the silence of the authorities at the helm of affairs. They say they feel abandoned.
It has taken too long. 170 days, we are still counting. The government has not said anything. We haven't heard anything from the government. Is it that our lives don't matter? What happened? What have we done wrong to this government? Now look at the whole of Kayama community. We don't have a single federal presence. Look around, you will not see anything that has to do with the federal government in this town, Kayama here. Is it institutions? The only people that you are going to see around there that are from the federal government, maybe they are the security men.
Our people have been in captivity for 174 days. 174 days. And up to this moment, all we hear is stories. The president made a promise to us, and up to this moment, nothing has been done.
The protesters who marched from the market square across major streets in Kayama wondered why the urgency made to rescue the Orire abductees in Oyo State cannot be repeated since the abduction in Woro happened much earlier. The Woro community, according to its chief, is near empty, as the few people there still live in fear.
The trauma is still there. People of Woro are, because of those people are still in captivity, they are still that trauma. People are not still happy. That's why the fact that over 75 people are already back to the community, but they are not happy. People are always crying. The women are crying. Their children are still in captivity.
These community people, relations and families deserve to be released, just like others were released. The people of Papi were released. The one in Ogumosho were released. I think what we're asking is not too much. We want the federal government to act to see that our people reunite with their families at home. It's painful. One can imagine if it's your own daughter or your wife that is being in captivity today.
As the days go by, the people of Kayama and Woro communities are appealing to relevant authorities to make them feel as citizens, just like the people of Orire community in Oyo State, and ensure the release of their families and friends still in captivity.
One question on the minds of many Nigerians will be, who has the best ideas to meet Nigerians' aspirations as political activities gather momentum ahead of the general elections in 2027? But the National Democratic Congress presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, says that Nigeria needs a fundamental shift in leadership and economic management to address the country's mounting challenges. In an exclusive interview on Sunday Politics with Seun Kibaloye, the former Anambra State governor argued that restoring investor confidence, supporting local production, and pursuing disciplined public spending are all central to reviving the economy and improving the lives of Nigerians.
You are not hired to give people excuse. Because I have an idea what it is. I'm not going to give them excuse. They will just see things start changing. When they were removing fuel subsidy, when they were stabilizing floating the naira, which will bring in a lot of money and everything, when they were increasing taxes, when they were indeed doing one thing they did not do, which is what you need to do immediately and drastically, is to do the same brutality in which you are dealing with this, to deal with corruption.
You think this government is corrupt?
Oh no, look at it now. Fake ministry, fake agency, fake this. Every day,
is the government corrupt or the leadership of this country?
No. I don't know what is happening. We have a mess.
Would Peter be the man who would tax the poor to help tax the rich to help the poor?
Basically.
That's what you will do.
I will do that. And I will explain it to them.
You will tax the rich for the poor to be comfortable.
It's not for the poor to be comfortable, to make society work for everybody.
Speaking further, Mr. Obi outlined his plans for tackling Nigeria's long-standing electricity challenges, saying the reliable power remains the foundation for industrial growth, job creation, and national development.
We will not give them, I will not sell them, I'm going to give them reliable,
stable
24-hour. 24-hour this thing within 4 years is impossible. Because, Shegun, if you want to build a power plant, it will take you about 4 years to build a power plant. If you want to improve our transmission line and improve it, it will take you a number of years. Same thing goes with all your distribution. But remember, I said within 4 years, we will be able to generate not less than 10,000, which we are doing today. We're generating more than 10,000, but we are not able to transmit that. I said we'll be able to generate not less than 10,000, transmit and distribute that. And we're going to do it by a variety of means. We're going to do it through a variety of means. They're doing it everywhere, all over the world. Embedded power.
You went to Egypt.
Yes.
The lessons that you taught. What specific thing would you do? Let's assume in the first 3 months you get into office. How drastic will you approach power?
Let me give you an example of what Geometric is doing in Aba. You need to replicate that in different areas.
Mr. Peter Obi also addressed issues ranging from governance and security to coalition politics and his ambition for presidency in an interview which aired exclusively on Channels Television Sunday Politics Today. And in part 2, after the break, wife of the Vice President Nana Shatima urges Diaspora health professionals to support Nigeria's healthcare system as 70 medical experts prepare to return for missions, training and capacity building. Please join us again. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos. A reminder of our main stories. Senior ISWAP finance operative surrenders to Operation Heading Kai troops in Borno, marking a major breakthrough in Nigeria's ongoing counterinsurgency campaign across the northeast. Air Chief Marshal Sunday Aneke reaffirms Air Force's commitment to sustained air power, stresses transparency and credible communication to strengthen public trust and balanced reporting. And wife of Vice President Nana Shatima urges Diaspora health professionals to support Nigeria's healthcare system as 70 medical experts prepare to return for missions, training and capacity building. And outside our shores, Berlin Pride attack suspects reportedly killed by police after a vehicle plowed into the crowd, leaving one person dead and several others injured. The Taraba State Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with the National Emergency Management Agency, has distributed relief materials to households affected by communal clashes in Tukum local government area of the state. This intervention is part of efforts to provide succor to families, cushion their losses, and complement the state government's efforts in restoring dignity and hope to the affected persons.
Over 3,000 victims of communal clashes from 300 households in Chenchengi, Manya, Ofar Amadu, Mami Market, Rubar and Sufa communities in Taukum local government area of Taraba State are here following attacks by yet-to-be-identified gunmen who displaced, killed and set ablaze their houses. Relief has come their way in form of food and non-food items to cushion their hardship courtesy of the State Emergency Management Agency and the National Emergency Management Agency.
Today, primarily, we are here to collect some relief items sent by the NEMA, Taraba State, and NEMA and SEMA, okay, in conjunction with Red Cross.
I want to say we are very grateful to the government of the nation for remembering us, because it has been actually hard times. And coming at this particular moment, even at July, that's very hard. Honestly, it has come as a serious relief to us. We said, God bless them, and we thank them for the good job they are doing.
The humanitarian crisis affecting the state has forced the government to redirect resources meant for development to addressing humanitarian needs of vulnerable communities, just as the government harps on the need for peaceful coexistence in order to promote development.
Crisis or any disaster, we are not prepared for it. It is come and happen to us, and we will not control it. But I'm calling on the people of this community to exercise patience, to be tolerant, to live in peace with each and every one of them.
As the state government distributes the relief materials under the supervision of NEMA, community leaders and security agencies, ensuring that all approved beneficiaries receive their allocated relief items, it stressed that it is taking more proactive steps in strengthening its peace-building efforts to ensure that pockets of insecurity is addressed.
The wife of the Vice President, Mrs. Nana Shatima, is calling on Nigerian healthcare professionals in the diaspora to sustain their support for the country's health sector, announcing that 70 medical experts will soon return home under the Diaspora Health Impact Initiative to undertake medical missions, specialist trainings, and capacity-building programs. Mrs. Shatima made this call when she received the Diaspora Health and Humanity Champion Award on behalf of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, at the 2026 National Diaspora Merit Awards in Abuja. The award is presented by the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission in recognition of the First Lady's contributions to healthcare in the sector and humanitarian development in Nigeria.
This year's National Diaspora Day celebration rounded up with the annual Merit Award and dinner.
Your Excellency, distinguished
dignitaries from across government and private sector were in attendance for an event that honors exceptional Nigerians in the diaspora who have demonstrated verifiable and positive contribution to Nigeria's national development.
To our Nigerian diasporas, the message, as even Mr. President said, is never stop coming home. Your country needs your hands, your hearts, and your healing. And we know that with DHII, we can get up to 1,000 medical personnel to, come and do what you've done here in the last few weeks.
In Enugu, Imo, and Abia, doctors from the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the America invested several thousands of dollars to run specialist missions, with 400 medical consultations made, over 500 surgeries performed, while training 350 health workers and 150 community responders. Nigeria appreciates your contribution.
The chairman of Channels Media Group, Dr. John Momo, delivered the dinner speech, which focused on celebrating the Nigerian talent and the impact they can make for national development.
People sometimes talk about brain drain. I understand why. We have lost many talented professionals over the years, but perhaps it is time to change the conversation. Instead of asking how we stop people from leaving, perhaps we should ask a better question. How do we make sure that wherever Nigerians go, Nigeria benefits? Think about that for a moment. How do we connect knowledge acquired in London to hospitals in Lagos? How do we connect research taking place in Boston to medical schools in Benin? How do we connect innovation in Toronto to healthcare delivery in Kano? Those, in my view, are the questions that deserve our attention, because when knowledge travels back home, everybody wins. That is what partnership looks like.
The theme for this year's celebration is Diaspora Healthcare Initiatives and National Development, and the veteran broadcaster offers an advice on how the sector can be developed in Nigeria.
If we're serious about improving healthcare in Nigeria, then we must move beyond admiration to collaboration. We already know that Nigerian professionals are among the very best in the world. The question is, how do we connect that excellence to the needs of our country? The answer, I believe, lies in partnership, and I'm happy that the Minister mentioned all the things that are being done by this government. Government has an important responsibility. It must create an environment continuously that encourages collaboration. It must make it easier, not harder, for diaspora professionals to contribute. The private sector, to which I belong, also has a critical role. Innovation requires investment, research requires funding, healthcare requires modern infrastructure. None of this can happen without committed private sector partners.
During the award, over 20 Nigerians received award for their contributions to national development, cutting across different sectors, including health, economics, ICT, leadership development, education, agriculture, technology, engineering, among others. One of the recipients was Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who received the Diaspora Health and Humanity Champion Award for her contributions to the country's healthcare sector and humanitarian development. The award was received on her behalf by the wife of the Vice President, Mrs. Nana Shatima, who represented her at the ceremony. Mrs. Shatima used the occasion to call for sustained support for Nigeria's healthcare.
The administration of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, recognized that a strong healthcare system is fundamental to national development. I therefore encourage our diaspora healthcare professionals to continue partnering with Nigeria by sharing your knowledge, mentoring the next generations of healthcare workers, and investing in our health sector.
The National Diaspora Merit Awards also celebrate outstanding Nigerians whose contributions are enhancing the country's global image.
And the new chapter appears to be unfolding in Igbo traditional leadership outside the southeastern region. To address the long-standing disputes, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers has replaced the title Ezendibo with Onyendu, a move aimed at preserving the Igbo heritage while fostering peaceful coexistence with host communities. Our correspondent, Itope Kutei, reports.
For years, the Eze Ndigbo title outside the southeast has remained a subject of debate, with supporters citing cultural preservation and critics raising concerns over traditional authority and host community laws. Disputes in Lagos, Ghana, and South Africa over legitimacy and recognition intensified the controversy, leading to restrictions on the title in Lagos, Ogun and Edo states. In response, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers and Ohaneze Ndigbo, through its Committee on the Regularization of Igbo Diaspora Traditional Title and Leadership, embarked on consultations to create a more acceptable framework. At the ceremony in Owerri, the council inducted the second batch of diaspora leaders under the new title Onyendu Ndigbo, replacing the Eze Ndigbo designation after completing the first batch in May 2026. The event was led by the chairman of the Imo State and Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Majesty Emmanuel Okeke, alongside monarchs from the 5 Southeast states.
Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers welcomes you with open arms and which the state categorical that we expected nothing short of the best traditional Igbo leadership practices from you.
The committee clarified that the recognized individuals are cultural ambassadors, not traditional rulers, with a mandate to promote Igbo values, unity, and stronger ties with host communities.
First time, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers and the governors, and indeed Ohaneze Ndigbo, supported by the federal government, has brought to an end these incessant coronations. And they came in and got a name that is acceptable across board of Onyendu Ndigbo. Therefore, wherever there are Igbos in the diaspora, they're supposed to constitute themselves peacefully and then elect a leader. And that leader will have to come down to the southeast, screened, approved and then given a go-ahead to be an ambassador for the traditional rulers of the Southeast. So this is historic, and this is a great achievement for the Igbo race.
The new inductees include representatives from Ghana, the Federal Capital Territory, Cote d'Ivoire, Japan, and other communities across Nigeria and the diaspora.
I think the Onyendu establishment now will bring down the dust of the misunderstanding of SND Igbo structure. But all I want to assure everybody, as long as we are concerned, we will not stop promoting our culture, and we must make sure we are submissive to the authority of the foreign land where we live.
We are unity even before now, but it will add more value. We must come together, and we should remember home, and that is where we don't need to run away from our home. We need to come back.
The Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers say the Onyendu Ndigbo title will preserve Igbo identity abroad while promoting harmony with existing traditional institutions and laws of host communities. Eyi Tokpakutei, Channels Television News.
And still ahead on the news at 10, on the foreign scene Berlin Pride attack, suspects reportedly killed by police after a vehicle plowed into the crowd, leaving one person dead and several others injured during the incident. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. Nigerian international lawyer and anti-corruption expert Ibrahim James Pam has been appointed acting Director General of the World Bank Group's Compliance Advisor. Well, approved by the World Bank Group Board, the appointment takes effect on August the 2nd, 2026. And Pam, who currently chairs the institution's inspection panel, will lead the Independent Accountability Office during this leadership transition. And the office addresses complaints regarding projects funded by International Finance Corporation and the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. A former official of the UN, ICC, and Nigeria's ICPC, Mr. Pam brings decades of governance and compliance experience to bolster the World Bank's global oversight framework. And as persistent rains trigger flooding concerns across River State, Governor Bassey Otu has now promised swift intervention following an inspection of the damaged roads in Calabar municipality. Governor Otu assured the remedial work will span all 3 senatorial districts to restore smooth transit, reiterating his administration's commitment to safeguarding lives and infrastructure against climate-induced impact.
Severe flooding driven by climate change continues to devastate communities, destroying homes, roads, and farmlands while elevating health risks across affected regions. The toll on vulnerable residents is stark. Many only visit their homes during daylight, fleeing at night to avoid being trapped by rising waters.
It is only the day where I just come. As I come, I stand outside there and prepare my food. You cannot see any of my family. All these people, they just come in a day. Nobody will sleep here. They just go away. All these people, you see them just to come and prepare. In the night, they go, because if you look at this place, in the night, they can collapse all, even if it can reach the main road.
Inspecting hit roads and choked drainages, Cross River State Governor Bassey Otu notes that intensifying rains have placed immense pressure on public infrastructure. Governor Otu assured citizens that urgent interventions are underway to restore drainage flow and ease commute challenges statewide.
We've sent out our extension officers, and some we have people on ground looking at all the pictures and the things that have to be done. Areas that we have to provide immediate intervention by way of accommodation and other things, we are still moving on that. Areas that we have to provide food immediately, we've also moving on that. So it's not just in the capital. Right, all over the state, we have people on ground now to tackle and make sure that somehow we reduce and mitigate the pains of the impact on the people.
He reaffirmed his administration's commitment to building resilient infrastructure to protect lives and properties from future floods.
Livestock producers in Adamawa State are being empowered with the requisite knowledge to practice artificial insemination to boost the quality and productivity of their stock. And speaking at the Awareness Creation and Step Down workshop organized by the Adamawa State government in collaboration with the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project LPRESS, Governor Omar Fintiri says the training program aims to equip farmers with modern breeding techniques that will improve livestock quality, increase productivity, and boost their income.
This training holding in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, has in attendance livestock farmers from across the 21 local government areas, officials of the Adamawa State Ministry of Livestock Development and that of LPRESS for a 4-day training on the concept of artificial insemination and its importance in modern livestock production. The governor of Adamawa State, Omar Fintiri, who is represented by the Commissioner for Livestock Development, sets the tone for the event as he declares the training open.
We are so happy to partner with LPRESS and the World Bank, our partners, for bringing a topic and training like this to our people. It will go a long way in food production, and I wish you all the best, and I wish you best of training and workshop.
The Adamawa State coordinator of LPRESS describes the training as critical to livestock development and urges participants to take advantage of it.
For LPRESS, one of our key development objectives is to improve the breeds of livestock we have in Adamawa State. Before now, most farms have failed because they would rather import animals abroad, and those animals cannot adapt and they die. We feel as a project we want to train you to upgrade the livestock species we have in Nigeria to be more precise in Adamawa State, such that if the average farmer in Adamawa State, livestock farmer, is producing a liter of milk, 1 liter per day, before this project rounds out, we want to see him producing at least 10 liters of milk per day.
Other invited guests also shed more light on how technology helps improve the genetic quality of animals, as well as the essence of the training on livestock production.
I'm planning to, get my own kit as well as the kit we use for the insemination, and also set up my own insemination program. Because I know people will start contacting me as a doctor. They may like to have maybe their own animals being inseminated as well. So now we'll start, going into the program fully. That has been running through my mind when the program is going on. It's very, very valid.
Over the course of the training, beneficiaries are expected to impart knowledge they acquire to other livestock producers in order to bring about transformation in the sector.
The Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission, NIEC, is advancing its plans to introduce nuclear energy into Nigeria's power mix as it seeks to collaborate with the National Inland Waterways Authority. While speaking in Abuja at the meeting with the management of the National Inland Waterways, the chairman and chief executive of NIEC, Mr. Anthony Ekedewa, says the collaboration of critical stakeholders, Nigeria is in a position to develop and maintain its own nuclear power plant.
We are here basically to solicit for your support in the course of our effort to develop our nuclear power plant. It is the intention of Nigeria to begin to generate electricity from nuclear source instead of our fossil-based power plants and the hydro-based power plant, which is in the country. We discovered also that for Nigeria to advance, to develop, just like other very advanced countries have developed, there is a need for us to diversify our energy mix. And hence, nuclear energy was introduced into our energy mix.
On his part, the acting managing director and chief executive officer of the National Inland Waterways Authority, Umar Giray, says the agency is prepared to partner with relevant stakeholders for the good of Nigeria.
We can use the energy, the atomic energy for electricity. So my own is for us in NIWA. I would like to assure you that we are going to give you all the necessary support for this project to succeed.
And in Kaduna State, the government is positioning itself as a major player in Nigeria's solid minerals sector following the signing of 2 strategic memoranda of understanding in Abuja. The investment, valued at $500 million, is aimed at unlocking the state's vast mineral resources. Speaking at that event, Governor Obasani says that this agreement marks the beginning of a new era of industrial growth, investment, and economic transformation for Kaduna State.
With renewed attention on Nigeria's solid minerals sector, Kaduna State is taking a bold step to diversify its economy. The state governor, Obasani, is hosting government officials and investors to the signing of 2 memoranda of understanding expected to accelerate solid mineral exploration and development.
We commend and congratulate the executive.
For the investors, Kaduna has become an attractive destination for mining investments. They say deliberate reforms by the state government has significantly reduced investment risks, making the state competitive in Africa's mining landscape.
Kaduna State has demonstrated faith in their vision for mineral development. This has led to this unprecedented world-class discovery of precious metals and critical minerals here in Kaduna State. It has paved way for their efforts and investments to attract significant investments and partnerships for mineral development. Most significantly, it has paved way for another first here, for Kaduna State being the first state entity in Nigeria that the AFC will partner with for mineral exploration and development.
Our ambition is simple: to ensure Kaduna becomes known not only for the wealth beneath its soil, but for the industries, jobs, and prosperity created above it. Your Excellency, history will not remember this day because of the MOU we're signing. It will remember those agreements if we build systems around it.
In response, Governor Obasani describes the investment as a defining moment in the state's economic history. He adds that the discovery of commercially viable deposits of solid minerals places Kaduna in a strategic position to become Nigeria's leading hub for downstream mining activities.
The significance of this discovery extends well beyond Kaduna State. It contributes meaningfully to Nigeria's broader economic diversification agenda by expanding opportunities beyond hydrocarbons and strengthening our country's position within the global critical minerals value chain. It also presents an opportunity to build resilient supply chains that will support Africa's industrialization while creating quality jobs and shared prosperity for our people.
It was then time to put pen to paper. As Nigeria intensifies its efforts to diversify its economy, Kaduna State is betting on its mineral wealth to drive industrialization, attract foreign investment, and create sustainable economic opportunities. From Abuja, Victoria Long John, Channels Television News.
And let's delve into the world of sports. Team Nigeria's Ruth Nyong has clinched silver in the women's 48-kilogram weightlifting event at the 2026 Commonwealth Games after a dramatic finish earlier today. The Nigerian lifted a personal best 75 kilograms in the snatch before holding her nerve to complete 93 kg on her final clean and jerk attempt. Having missed her first 2 lifts, her total of 168 kg secured the silver medal. India's Mirabai Chanu won gold with a Commonwealth Games record total of 190 kg, while Malaysia's Irene Henry took bronze with 167 kg. Nyong Silver has now taken Team Nigeria medal haul in Glasgow to 7, with 3 gold and 4 silver medals. And Algeria kickstarted their own CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2026 campaign with an assured 2-0 victory over Senegal in the opening round of Group A match in Rabat earlier today. The first half penalty from Ngura Ndiaye and a late strike by Melissa Bethy secured the 3 points for the North Africans, who produced a disciplined display to claim an important early advantage in the race for the knockout stages. Algeria will now face hosts Morocco, and that game will happen on Thursday. Senegal will look to respond when they take on Kenya earlier the same day in the second Group A fixture. And two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua says that his comeback knockout win over Christian Prenga was about more than just power. Joshua carried the names of his late friends Asina Agami and Latif Ayodele to the ring with him, with custom ribbon bars on his fight kit. He improved to 30 wins, 4 defeats, with 27 wins by knockout, but not without the much drama.
Enjoyed it. It was interesting, something different. You know, when you sit down and think of your game plan and what you want the outcome to be, you don't picture those moments. But those moments show what type of person you are, because they're not things that we prepare for, but they're things that you know deep in your heart will come to life at a minute, at a moment, at a second where you need to click into gear. And it was a flight or fight moment, and I chose to fight. Now, we had some big plans on the horizon. There's been a lot of talk around this Tyson Fury fight. Is it? Where is it? When? And it nearly got stripped away from us within 3 minutes. And I said, no. Everything works out just how it's supposed to work out. You know, sometimes in life we can say to ourselves, why me? Did I come back too soon? But you know what? God is the best planner. Everything is supposed to happen just how it's meant to happen. And today was the perfect day for a fight like that.
Well, the winning continues, but this time in Formula One, where Lando Norris has won the Hungarian Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen, while championship leader Kimi Antonelli recovered from a pre-race penalty to complete the podium in third place earlier today. Starting from pole position, Norris lost the lead to McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri on the opening lap, but then he fought his way back to the front to secure his first victory of the season. Ferrari's Hamilton finished the Grand Prix on Antonelli's tail in fourth place, but he was penalized 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane and dropped to fifth behind his teammate Charles. Away from sports, but outside our shores, German police have shot and killed Abdul Balut, the suspect in Saturday's vehicle and knife attack at the Berlin Pride event that left 1 person dead and nearly 30 injured. Chancellor Friedrich Merz visited the scene today, laying flowers and pledging to defend the nation's free and open society.
The search for the suspect of Saturday night attack on an event in Tiergarten Park in Berlin comes to an end after police fatally shot and killed him, following a severe manhunt for him. A heavy presence of police officers descended on the park, having issued a wanted notice for 21-year-old Abdul Balu. German media say he was fatally shot at an allotment garden complex in the city's Spandau suburb. Balu had driven a vehicle into crowds near Berlin's Christopher Street Day celebrations on Saturday evening, killing at least 1 person and injuring several others, just before 10 p.m. local time. The incident triggered a major emergency response and an intensive search for possible suspects. Police ordered everyone to leave the event area immediately and avoid routes through Tiergarten, and officers began searching intensively for possible suspects. Police also investigated how a vehicle broke through extensive security around the event before plowing into a crowd. The apparent breach raised urgent questions over how the car reached the parked event, despite hundreds of concrete barriers, anti-vehicle blocks, and thousands of police officers deployed across the area. Germany's Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt confirmed the attack when he visited the scene in the morning of Sunday. Speaking to the press, he said, "Everything we have seen so far indicates that we are dealing with an Islamist terrorist attack." He had said the suspect was a German citizen with a significant criminal history and extremist links. A memorial site has been prepared for victims of the attack for visitors to lay flowers, messages and banners. And as the city mourns, questions are springing up as to why the group was targeted in the first place.
Meanwhile, France has urged tourists not to come to the region of Nouvelle-Aquitaine, where one of the country's biggest wildfires is currently advancing towards. The Doe and the surroundings area are now hugely popular with both domestic and international visitors, with July and August usually the busiest months of the summer holidays. Meanwhile, thousands of people have been evacuated as fires ravaged the Cap Ferret Peninsula in France's Atlantic coast and advancing towards the area which is the heart of the country's winelands. French media is now reporting that President Emmanuel Macron has scheduled an interministerial crisis meeting regarding the fires. It will take place at 10 a.m. local time tomorrow. He has also thanked emergency services, military service, and civil security forces, farmers for their relentless efforts in combating the fires. And the main news again. Senior ISWAP finance operative surrendered to Operation Hedinkai troops in Borno, marking a major breakthrough in Nigeria's counterinsurgency campaign across the northeast. Chief Marshal Sunday Aneke reaffirmed Air Force's commitment to sustain air power, stressing transparency and credible communication to strengthen public trust and balanced reporting. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Mwawade. Good night and have a wonderful week ahead.